So friends, let us today discuss on how to prepare for ransomware attacks. This is a two-part video and this is part 1 today. We all hear ransomware attacks, ransomware and all that. So what is the meaning of ransomware? So it is a type of malicious software designed to block access to a computer system until a sum of money is paid. So, I welcome you again to this two-part video series on how to prepare for ransomware attack. Security and risk management leaders need to look beyond just the endpoints to help protect the organization from ransomware. Ransomware continues to pose a significant risk to organizations. Recent attacks have evolved from auto-spreading attacks such as you might have heard WannaCry and Petya to more targeted attacks which attack an organization rather than an individual endpoint. Endpoint you can take it as your workstation or user access device. The impact these attacks have on organization has increased to the point where some organizations have gone out of business, and in the case of healthcare, lives have been put to risk. Um, so we need to adapt to these changes and look beyond just endpoint security controls to protect against ransomware. So let us look at two main things here. One is a pre-incident preparation strategy. The other one is a post-incident response strategy. We will also see some detection mechanisms that we can put in place for ransomware. So risk management leaders should basically work with the principle that a ransomware attack will be successful and ensure that the organization is prepared to detect as early as possible and recover as quickly as possible. So the first and most important question is, should you pay the ransom? So this is ultimately a business decision. It needs to be made at a board level with legal advice. Law enforcement agencies recommend not paying because it encourages continued criminal activity. In some cases, paying the ransom could be seen as illegal because it provides funding for criminal activity. Even if the ransom is paid, the encrypted files are often not recovered. However, if an organization wants to be ready to pay, it is important to establish a governance and legal process that includes the CEO, the board, and the key operational staff. Setting up a cryptocurrency wallet can take time. So if payment is a possibility, then making the necessary preparations will speed up the time to recover. So the next thing is a backup and recovery process. In fact, this is the primary line of defense against ransomware. Ensure that the backup solution is resistant to ransomware attacks and continuously monitor the status and integrity of the backup. Recovery goes beyond restoring the data because ransomware will effectively lock a machine with and it'll you cannot really boot the system. And you should know to restore the machine to a last known good state, which is more complex than restoring just the data. So having the tools and processes in place to restore endpoints to a golden image can speed up the recovery time. Some organizations resort to USB devices for remote and overseas location. So this is one of the most important thing, that is the security awareness of users. So constantly educate your users on the types of attacks being seen with regular alerts and security newsletters to reinforce the education. Create a simple set of security messages that are repeated regularly. An alert user will not only be less likely to fall for social engineering attacks, but can act as an early warning. So ensure your users are regularly trained on how to identify malicious emails in particular. Provide an easy mechanism for reporting suspicious mails, and reinforce it with confirmation that the user has done the right thing. Consider email focused security orchestration, automation and response, that is SOAR tools. We at Brick Digitals can help you set up and commission these kind of tools to automate and improve the response in email attack. Build a reliable, well, the next point is you should have a reliable asset management process. Pay particular attention to the legacy systems. Basically you should know what you need to protect. So anything what is most important is, in your organization you should know your assets. So build list of systems or which are most critical, so you can spend your time on planning on how to protect and what needs to be protected. The next thing is vulnerability management process. So this is often tied with the patch management process. So because this ransomware often relies on unpatched system to allow lateral movement, um, this should be a continuous process. The risk associated with vulnerabilities changes as vulnerabilities are exploited by attackers. The other important thing is removing local administrative privileges from endpoints. Often we see administrators giving the local user administrative privileges. So please desist from doing this. Never give administrative privileges to a user's account. So the next thing is compliance scanning of um, misconfigured and non-compliant systems, because we can this is where the penetration testing and breach attack simulation tools can be used. We also can help you in this kind of testing and the simulation attack tools, which are quite helpful in seeing how well protected you are once you have put the once you have done the required configurations for any attack. Last is implement a strong authentication for privileged users. So this is also very important. Try to have dual factor authentication. Um, so always better to have strong password policies for your users to prevent against ransomware attacks. So in the next video, let us discuss certain um, ways to detect ransomwares and see how what actions we can take once we are infected by a ransomware. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you find this information useful. Visit our website at www.brickdigital.com. Uh, we will meet you in the part two of this video of this topic. Uh, Bye bye until then.